and they've just dropped a major update to their AI search engine that's got everyone talking. So Perplexity has supercharged their Pro Search feature with something they're calling multi-step reasoning. Now that might sound like a mouthful, but it's actually pretty cool. Basically, it means their AI can string together multiple searches to tackle really complex questions. But that's not all. They've also added some other neat tricks to their AI toolbox. For example, it can now execute code and even solve math problems thanks to a partnership with Wolfram Alpha. If you're not familiar with Wolfram Alpha, it's this amazing computational knowledge engine that can crunch numbers and solve equations like nobody's business. Now, Perplexity is using what's called a freemium model. That means you can try out the Pro Search for free, but there's a limit. You get 5 Pro Searches every 4 hours without paying a dime. If you want more than that, you'll need to subscribe to Perplexity Pro, which costs $20 a month. That's pretty much in line with what other AI services are charging these days. But let's talk about how this actually works in practice. The folks at Android Authority gave it a test drive, and they were pretty impressed. They threw a really complex question at it, asking Perplexity to compare the returns of 2 stock indices over 10 years, while also factoring in currency exchange rates. That's the kind of question that would have most of us scratching our heads and opening up a bunch of browser tabs. But Perplexity broke it down into 4 steps and delivered a comprehensive answer. Now, it's worth mentioning that this upgraded Pro Search seems to be rolling out gradually. The testers found that it worked best with a US-based IP address, so if you're outside the States, you might have to wait a bit longer to get your hands on it. But here's where things get a bit controversial. Perplexity has been in hot water recently over how they get their information. There was an investigation by Wired that suggested Perplexity might be ignoring some standard web signals that are supposed to prevent content scraping. In other words, they might be using content from news publishers without permission. And another report raised concerns about the sources Perplexity uses. Apparently, they sometimes rely on pretty obscure online sources, even LinkedIn posts. Now, why is this a problem? Well, if you're pulling information from unreliable sources, you run the risk of spreading misinformation, or what we call in the AI world, hallucinations. That's when an AI confidently states something that's just not true. So the concerns about content scraping and unreliable sources are definitely worth paying attention to. It's a reminder that while AI can be an incredibly powerful tool, it's not infallible. We still need to think critically and verify information, especially when it comes to important topics. So, what do you think? Are you excited to try out Perplexity's new Pro Search? Or are you concerned about the issues that have been raised? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you've already tried it out, I'd love to hear about your experience. You're not going to believe this, but Agility Robotics' humanoid robot Digit just landed its first official job, and it's a game changer for the entire